Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the new lesson, which is comparing and ordering fractions. Okay, if we have the fraction, how can we compare and order the fractions? For example, if we have two fractions, we know the fraction is any number is written like a over b is called a fraction. A over b. AB is any number but b is not equal to 0. Right? 2 over 5 is called a fraction. Okay, let's say 6 over 5 is the fraction. 1,000 over 1 is called the fraction. If we have two fractions, how can we compare the fractions? And if we have more than two fractions, how can we ordering or arranging the fractions? Okay, let's say question 2. Question 2 is 13 out of 20 and 9 out of 20. 9 over 20. The question says compare. How can we compare these two fractions? In comparing the fraction, there is two cases. Okay? The first one, look at the denominators. If the denominators are the same, just look at the top numbers. Compare the numerators, these two one. Okay? Why? Because the denominators are the same. The first thing that we have to do is look at the denominators. If the denominators are the same, compare the numerators, the numbers that we have in the top. Okay? 13 and 9. Which one is the bigger? So 13 is bigger, so that's why this fraction, the first one is bigger than the second one. Okay? Another example, let's say question 3. Question 3, on page 85, 1 over 4 and 9 over 20. Okay? Look at these two fractions. The first thing that we have to do is look at the denominators. Are the denominators the same? 4 and 20, they are not the same. What do we do? If the denominators are not the same, we're going to use the butterfly way. How? By multiplying 9 times 4. 9 times 4 is 36. And multiplying 20 by 1. This way is called the butterfly way. It's going to be 20. Now 36 and 20. Which one is the bigger? 36. So that's why 9 over 20 is bigger than 1 over 4. Okay? There's two cases. If the denominators are the same, just look at the top numbers, which is called the numerators. Compare the numerators. But if the denominators are different, use the butterfly way, and we will see which one is bigger or smaller. Okay, this one is about comparing. If we have the mixed number, let's say 2 and 3 over 5 and 2 and 4 over 6. Look at these two mixed number. Why these two one is the mixed number? Because it consists of the whole number and the fraction. So that's why this one is called the mixed number. Okay? How can we compare the mixed number? First, look at the whole numbers. Are the whole numbers the same? 2 and 2 is the same. If the whole numbers are the same, you have to compare the fraction. How? By the way that we study, this way. Okay? The denominators are not the same, so use the butterfly way. 6, 3 over 5 and 4 over 6. Use the butterfly way because the denominators are not the same. 5 times 4, 20. 6 times 3 is 18. Now 20 and 18, which one is the bigger? 20, so that's why the second mixed number is greater than the first one. This one, if the whole numbers are the same. Another example, if we have it, let's say 9 over 11 out of 13 and 8 and let's say 16 and 24. these two mixed number. How can we compare these two mixed number? We say that just look at, compare the whole numbers. 9 and 8, which one is the bigger? 9. So directly this mixed number, it will be bigger than the second one. Why? Because the whole numbers is bigger than the second one. Okay, 9 is bigger than 8, so that's why this one is bigger. This one is about comparing. Okay, how can we order the fractions? Let's say question 21. 21 is 5 over 8 and 1 over 2 and 3 over 4. The question say order from least to greatest. Alright, so the question say order the fractions from least to greatest. How can we order these fractions, or how can we arrange these fractions from least to greatest? I mean the smallest to biggest. What do? We're gonna look at the denominators. We cannot decide which fraction is the least one and which fraction is the greatest one. Why? Because the denominators are not the same. Okay? We're gonna try to make the same denominator. This one, 8, 2, 4. Okay? Write down the multiple of each denominator. We're gonna try to make the same denominator by LCD. What does it mean, LCD? Least common denominator. Okay? Let's write the multiple of 8. 8, 16, 24, and so on. Okay? The second one is the multiple of 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on. The third one is 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. What number is the LCD in here? I mean is the least number and the same number. 8 is the least one and it is the same number. Okay, that's the multiple of 8. So for which fraction? For 5 over 8, because the denominator of this fraction is 8. So 5 over 8. Count it. How many numbers do we have from the first till to 8? Because 8 is the same number. We have only one number, so multiply by 1, multiply by 1, it's gonna be 5 over 8. Okay? The second one, this is the multiple of 2. For which fraction? For the second, 1 over 2, because the denominator of this fraction is 2. Write down 1 over 2. Count it. From the first number till to 8, because 8 is the LCD. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Multiply by 4. Multiply by 4. Okay, it's gonna be 4 out of 8. Alright. The last one, this is the multiple of 4 for the third fraction, which is 3 over 4. Okay? So 3 over 4. Count it. 1, 2. So multiplied by 2. Multiplied by 2. It's gonna be 6 out of 8. Now look at these fractions. As we can see, these fractions, the denominator are the same. 8, 6 over 8, 4 over 8, 5 over 8. Now it is very easy to decide which fraction is the least one. Okay? We say that if the denominators are the same, just look at the numerators, the top numbers. Which one is the least one? 4 over 8. So write 4 over 8, then 5 over 8, then 6 over 8. That's the answer.